Mr. Lujan.
Good morning, Senators. My name is James Lujan. I rise to oppose this bill 98. Reading the bill, reading the newspaper on comments on the bill as to how this bill is proposed, it often irks my mind about human rights. Human rights, freedom of speech, and the amendments of freedom itself. When I sit here and think about our elected officials and the sponsor of the bill, the very person who's running for one of the higher offices of this land given to Guam, I often wonder when I read the bill and it says secret ballot elections. Every ballot is a secret ballot. But what's the intent? Where are we going with this? Why are we putting all these extra inserts, limiting our people and their very freedoms to express? Where are we going with this? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to limit, dictate, maybe? Every tyrant in this world has done things with this type of ideology. And here we see it in our own democracy, our own freedom, where we should be expressing. Everybody's entitled to that openly. And coming here, seeing this bill is telling me that in the next election, if this were to win, it's more suppressing. It's more of a suppressive attitude, more to knock down. We already have that here. Our newspapers seem to separate the so-called common people, the regular people, with the business people. They seem to think that one is wiser than the other because one makes more money and one doesn't. That's what I see with this bill. The understanding is we're separating our community even more. They use the power of money, the power of freedom of expression, but only freedom of expression when you have the money. Whereas the rest of us are caught to fend for information that is truthful. Having a union is truthful because it's a union of common people. They get to express to each other what they feel, what they want as employees of that organization, and not be intimidated behind doors or manipulated. But they get to express to each other what the balance of their freedom is within their own employment. But with this bill, it seems to limit everything. It limits the expression, the interference of their employer to manage and conduct and dictate how their decisions are going to be made. And that's where I see this phrase, the employee has the right to use a secret ballot election. But yet, when you go further into the bill, it tells you the limitations. It tells you the limitations that as a business owner, I get to do this with my employee. No, don't vote that way. Otherwise, I'm going to fire you. Let's bring it out. Let's open it up. The same way we do elections on Guam. Have it in front of everybody. Let them campaign. That's what businesses do. They sell to us, probably even as far as paying us to go their way. Come and buy my products. These are my gimmicks. I'm going to sell it to you. So maybe we should do that. Keep it open. I don't believe this bill belongs in our democracy. And that's the role that we have to play here as senators. This morning's paper says senators must do this. Whoa, who owns the paper? Surely not the common people. And it always seems to be that way. It's a one-way attitude. And this bill is a one-way attitude. I believe if you are a public servant and you're running for a public office, you need to really consider, how it affects everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lujan. Is there anybody else that would like to testify on Bill 98? No? Then I will consider this bill duly heard. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming out. Oh, I am so sorry, Senator. Yes, I will. Would you like, anybody on the panel like to ask questions?
I just wanted to thank you for your testimony here before the committee here today, and also wanted to, of course, make sure that you understand that the comments I made previously are exactly what I meant, that the cornerstone of democracy is the ability to have freedom in choosing who and what you do as an individual within that democracy. And the inability to do so is the cornerstone of communism, fascism. So I just wanted to ask you, and I think I know, but just for the record, could you both tell me what your role is in the union? You're the vice president?
And I'm the treasurer, but I did sign up for myself.
No, I understand. I just wanted to make it clear what role you have here, and in your individual capacity and your role as the treasurer and vice president. Thank you.
Any other senators like to address the panel? Thank you very much. Then at this point, we will consider this bill true and duly heard. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating in your democracy and taking time away from your family on a Saturday morning to come out and speak to us.